Okay, so this is my shop, and I decided to make this video so that way people could see that someone else with a smaller space could also make a woodworking shop. Just kind of a quick, big view here. So this is a third car tandem space. It's about 18 feet deep. Not sure quite how many feet across it is. Probably 12 feet or so. Big enough car length left to right for a car to fit in. But anyhow, just kind of quick things to go through. I do also have yard working tools, so my garage has double as well space for that. I've got a lawnmower down here, and then also blower and weed or things like that. So I do, of course, built something custom. Moving into this house, it had the Rubbermaid Fast Track system in here, so that's worked really well. So I just bought some of the attachments to go in there, and there they are. So that can be a good use for you if you've got to store stuff. Other than that, just maximize the space that you got. That's the biggest thing I can say. You'll find nooks and crannies to put stuff, and you'll be in good shape. So the main heart of the wood shop here is the Laguna Fusion table saw I've got. It's their 36-inch, 110-volt table saw. It is supposedly a hybrid, but cabinet-style table saw, but it works great. I got it on sale around it was about a little less than $1,300 for the price. So a great price. Got on sale at Woodcraft a few months ago. Works really good, and if you set it up according to the video from Laguna Tools, they got 18 videos that show you how to set it up. It'll cut really accurate and does a great job. So connected to that, I've got a shop vac that I bought from Lowe's about 2 years ago, and I've connected it to the dust deputy here, and then that runs straight down into the table saw, and that works great. But I also take that off anytime I need to suck up any big piles of dust that I sweep up around here. But those two things together do a great job and really limits the amount of dust I'm gonna have here in the workshop. So most of the dust I get is just either up on top of the table saw or from the bandsaw or sanders or things like that. Down here below, and again, always maximize the space that you've got. I've got the Porter cable. This is the 150 psi 6-gallon air compressor here, which the main thing that it goes to power besides airing up my tires in the cars is this central pneumatic brad nailer. This does a really good job. I'll say for anyone that needs to get anything like this, it's sold at Harbor Freight. It was about 30 bucks. I got it as a Christmas present. But it does brad nails, and they're awesome. It just does a really good job holding stuff together. The actual tool itself works really good. So for 30 bucks, go get a brad nailer and do all kinds of stuff there. This table here I got from a Habitat resale store. So it was it's really a technician's table is the way it was set up. It had a big metal cabinet on top, but it's not my outfeed table. It also doubles as a workbench. Has a cabinet there, but it works great because the height of it sits about 1 inch below, or maybe half an inch below the table saw here. So I also use that as an outfeed table. So again, as much as you can double up spaces, I feel like, or make multiple uses out of one space, go for it, and then that'll help you maximize the space that you have in whatever workshop space that you have available to you. So over here, I've just got an old Craftsman tool chest here that holds lots of odds and ends, but I went to help myself be more organized. I got the 4-foot by 4-foot pegboard at Lowe's, and if you follow Matthias Wandel, however you say his name on YouTube, he talks about the more organized you can get, the more likely you are to have a clean shop, and more places that you have for things, the more likely to put them up, and then you know where tools are when you need them. So that was one way I used to organize all the tools that I had. And then also I did go over here for a cleat system, but I went with Jay Bates' advice, which he said don't French cleat your whole garage or workspace. Said they're good, but you can do custom walls and stuff like that. So maybe later on I'll do something else to kind of customize. Maybe this blank space of wall a little bit more. But I will say the French cleat is nice because you can custom make any kind of tool holders that you want, and that's really good. A really messy charging station, so later on I need to make that a little bit better there, but for now it's where everything goes to get charged. Over here in the middle, I've got a Rikon 10-inch bandsaw. Works pretty good. The blade does drift a good bit, so I don't use it for exact cuts, but I'm just trying to trim down small pieces of lumber. It works really well. One tip I took from Jay Bates, and this isn't really the best example of it, but it was try to put tools by each other. One tool in the dead space of another tool. So right now, if I'm just running small stuff, right now my sander's not in the way because I've not been doing anything huge through here, but the throat's not very big. But if I needed to, I could move my sander over here to this side or right next to a trash can, and then I'm able to use space of two different tools in the same spot. But I'm never going to put anything on this back side of the belt sander, so anything I can put here is a good space for another tool. But so probably, if I can, I would like to be able to put a small benchtop planer that I haven't gotten out yet, maybe back here on this side, and use this space for that. That way it doesn't get in the way of me needing to stand here where the bandsaw is. Also, below here where this really garbagey charge station is, I just have boxes of odds and ends, scrap wood, stuff like that. I just try to keep some of the small stuff that I think is useful, but also I try not to hold on to every single piece of wood that I've ever had, just because eventually there's just a lot and you don't have anything to do with it. I'm going around. This is my miter saw station. I've got the Cobalt miter saw. I got this 2 or 3 years ago, the Christmas presents. This here is the 12-inch version. But it tends to work pretty well. It's fairly accurate, again, as long as it's set up right. Cuts pretty accurate. The station I made for it, the blue tables I got were given to me, and then the top I made here, and kind of tried to make some little drawers here, just called little miscellaneous stuff. I kind of use those as spacers. Over here, just got some random pencil stuff, some more Craig jig stuff over here. I don't think I have anything in here, but just whatever you can do to use space. And that one's still not finished there, but just try to utilize the space there and make some little drawers, and then any kind of scrap wood and odds and ends go down here. One of the last things I kind of, if you follow Jay Bates, he's also, I guess, friends or is on projects with Nick Ferry. This was something I did semi-recently. So this is the Craig Jig K5 system. I tried to kind of copy his idea for a portable Craig Jig workspace here, so this can go with you wherever you need. Not that I'm really out running around on job sites or anything, but if I needed to move it, work somewhere, it's easy to pick up and go, and put it wherever I need it. So anyhow, this is overall my shop space. So if you're someone that has a smaller space in a garage, like I do, those water heaters over there, it's clearly in my garage. You can see that you can also utilize the space, to make a workshop as best you need. Probably the only thing I didn't mention is a big blank wall. I think later on may make that a lumber wall, who knows, just figure it out as I go. But again, just would encourage you to utilize spaces that you got. Of course, be practical to your family, what you need. Don't take up the whole garage. Your wife, yourself needs a space for your car or cars, and stuff for kids' bikes, things like that. But if you've got an extra space and can do it, just maximize space as best you can. If you follow, I don't know his name, he always says, be creative and make something, but go out there, use the space you got, mega shop, go build stuff. America needs more handmade things. Handmade stuff lasts longer, it's more fun. Teach your kids to do something creative while you're at it. So there you go. Hope this shows you how to turn a smaller space into a shop. Kind of give you some creativity there, and post a video if you got one there. Show the world what you got.